Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for the G Funky Boxing post fight call in show. Hit me. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, you far too kind, far too kind. Thank you. Man, oh man. What a fight we had tonight. Good stuff. Chocolatito, the legend, the old timer, the guy who I doubted in this fight, um, wins the fight. Clearly, I had it 8 rounds to 4 for Chocolatito. Great performance by him. Good stuff by Martinez as well. He did what he could. Um, Kept trying to explode out of that high guard, but just wasn't enough, man. Chocolatito again. I said in my prediction, I labeled it "Fists will fly." Explosive for Martinez against pressure by Gonzalez, and the pressure prevailed in this one, man. It prevailed, and good stuff, man, for Chocolatito. I keep doubting this guy, man. This is 2 fights in a row now where I've doubted him, and I paid dearly with my prediction. I paid dearly once again. Chocolatito burns G Funky again, but it's all good, man. Because look, I think if man, I don't know what he's gonna do, man. He says he has a few more fights. They talked about him possibly moving up. We'll see, man, what he wants to do. We all know that he could fight anybody he wants to fight at this point in his career, and we'll see. We'll see what he does. I know somebody had mentioned in the chat on the other stream about Inoue. Ooh, man. I don't know if they can actually make that fight happen or not. Uh, but we'll see, man. Jesus M is here. He says horrible defense. Yes, I agree. Putting the hands. I mean, doesn't he? His defense is the high guard, right? And he doesn't move his head when he's like this. So then he puts his hands down. He still doesn't move his hands. I mean, his head. So it's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my boy D Styles here. HCP Network says great win, but yeah, exact great win by Chocolatito, man. Great win. I like I said, I doubted him, man. I didn't think he was the same guy after all the wars and all the battles he's had. He's up there in age now, and I doubted him, man. But boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? Was I wrong? you know. So I'm gonna put the number up again, guys. Let's see if anybody wants to call in tonight. There it is. 916-572-1020. If you want to call in, give me your thoughts on this fight. Ronald Freakley in the house, man. What's up, man? He says, was this fight black and brown one? Yeah, he was there. He was there. Great win for the Master Gonzalez. Absolutely. Chocolatito, yeah, he won. He won, man. 8 rounds to 4 on my card. Um, Martinez, man, I felt like, again, the younger, stronger, I feel like he was physically bigger looking at the two in the ring while the fight was on. I didn't know how Chocolatito was gonna handle that explosive those explosive punches and combinations that Martinez likes to throw. And it just again, it wasn't enough. He was landing, and like I said in my prediction with Chocolatito, when you throw so many punches, you give your opponents plenty of opportunity to counter you, and that's with any fighter, not just for Chocolatito, any fighter. I mean, look, we could look at the one of the best defensive fighters in the game, uh, Floyd Mayweather, and we could see that um, with him, anytime he's been hurt, anytime he's been caught with a big shot, it's been in between something, So that's not exclusive to Chocolatito. That's for everybody. And I felt like throwing his hand so much that he was going to get caught with something. And Martinez was able to counter him quite a few times in this fight, but just not enough. Just not enough to win rounds and to win this fight. So another big win for Chocolatito. The legend lives on. I thought tonight might be the end of it, but I was wrong. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We will definitely see what happens with Chocolatito from here. First call of the night.
D-Style.
That's right, my man D
To
Style
accept,
calling
press
in.
1. To send a
So let's get him on the line. D Style, my brother, you live, man. What's going on?
Yo, how's it going, brother? Hey, let me tell you something, man. That was as vintage as it's gonna get for Chocolatito. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, we should have listened. We had a trainer on HCP, and he told us, look, no one's gonna believe me, but Chocolatito just wasn't the same after his trainer passed away. But he's the same now. He's back, and we just didn't listen. I told him. I literally said, I don't know. I think he might be done, and that's what I said. And I have to live with that. What I said. That was what was it, like a year and a half ago, more or less?
Yeah, it was in the lead up to the Estrada fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told him. I would say most people in the chat. A lot of the people in the chat were saying, nah, like. Chocolatito's done. Like, this is it. Like Gallo's gonna end them. It was supposed to be like a ceremonial goodbye, kind of like I'm a fan of Gallo, so it was like a bittersweet. Like I didn't want him to put an end to Chocolatito like that, but I just felt like it was gonna happen. That didn't happen. You know, instead we had one of the best fights of all time, a record-breaking amount of punches thrown and everything.
Right.
But this fight, I'll tell you one thing that really impressed me in this fight, and Chocolatito had no marks in his face, bro. I mean, usually fighters by this age are easily marked. They're easily bothered by shots. He did a great job catching the shots and then catching, shooting, in the middle of in the line of fire. And what made the day, honest to God, I think experience was the biggest factor here. It was the biggest factor. Like the way he was like catching the shots. And if you notice, like from rounds 2 to like round 5, really all he was doing is allowing Martinez to tee off. He was trying to catch most of those shots with the gloves. And then it was like, okay, now it's my turn. And then he teed off, only he did it with style. You know what I mean? Like he was beat. Like, I don't think Martinez was ready to have his punch blocked, and then like the dude comes back with that single up to hit you, and then the small windows. I remember every round there was some rounds where I tweeted out small windows. Like Chocolatito would catch him in those small in between windows in the line of fire. And I gotta be honest, this is no offense to the higher weight classes. You see this much more in the lower weight classes. You just do. Like I'm not saying there's no fighters that do that. Like in the higher weight classes, there are. But it's very few and far between. And to see this round after round, the other thing that Chocolatito invested on, again, it comes down to experience. He was landing those body shots. And I think at first, Martinez was kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, but then by like round 6, 7, he was starting to feel it. Like, he was like, holy shit, this old man's been wearing me down. Like, what the fuck? Why am I tired all of a sudden? He was blown. He was kind of Reynoso. My hands are bothering me. I think it was all those shots being blocked. I think like when you land on an elbow, it hurts more than if you punch in the face or the ribs, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he was doing a good job, like that high guard. I mean, he was doing such a good job with it. And then he just does this, just a slight, like he's leaned over enough so he tries to move his elbow just slightly to block the body shots. And Martinez shots are just too wide, bro. Like I think that they need to work on straightening out some of his punches, right? And how to work on those punches and bunches, because in this weight class, it's about exchanges sometimes. And Martinez, Roman didn't even have to go there because I think he became predictable at some point. It was just predictable to him. I will say this, though. This is just my personal opinion. Round 12, Chocolatito's corner, I didn't like what they said, and I didn't like what Reynoso said. Reynoso, he's like, oh, you got to be willing to die in there, go out there and give it your all, right? Like, I don't know what that even means, dude. Like, right. I think they're asking him to show out, but like, You know, I don't know. I would rather tell him like, hey, try to time him with a good like a hook or something, or whatever punch you think he had more success with. Tell him to set it up or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's not even a big deal. Chocolatito's corner was acting like he had to win this round. Like, you know what I mean? Like don't let him get confident in there. You're getting overconfident. Don't let him around. Like he was being told that in some rounds. I'm thinking to myself, I honestly don't think he's overconfident. I don't know what he's talking about, right? But hey, I'm not the one that has. Maybe he knows what to tell Chocolatito, and I don't. That's why he's a trainer. I'm not. But
Yeah.
I didn't like how they kind of like told him to like keep going at Martinez at round 12. He didn't have to, bro. Like if you won virtually every round, you can take round 12 off in my book. Because what if Martinez caught him with a big shot and knocked him out, and all that hard work goes for nothing?
Right.
So that's just me, right? But I still admire it, though. I still admire the fact that he was trying to stop him, and it was still being aggressive, even though he already had the fight in the bag in the 12th round. I think maybe he was sending a message to the division, and I'll end it really quick. I think he was sending a message to all the young guns out there that think they're going to take over the division. I think he was sending a message to Gallo. I think he was sending a message to us.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
definitely.
like you guys said I was done. Like you didn't just say like Gallo was going to beat me. You said I was done. You said I was food for, like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people, like, you know, and we had them in our panel, like Ring IQ was kind of scared for Chocolatito, and I think he's tired of people seeing him as this like relic of the past and like this over the hill guy that's going to get destroyed. Like I think he's not going to say that. He's like a Christian man and stuff. I get it, but that's the sense I got from him. That's the message he sent out.
Yeah. I want to, while I got you on the line, Nancy of the Boxing Republic, your co-host, drops me a $4.99 super chat. She's like, I told you. Hey,
I take them too.
Yeah. Hey, she's got bragging rights, man. She rolled with Chocolatito. She had the headband and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, hey, live it up, Nancy. You know, good call. Ronald Freakley in the house, Mad Chad, Sports Tavern, Guido in the house. He says Gonzalez beat the shit out of Martinez. It was a good, man. I feel like there was a lot of good exchanges.
One more thing, G-Funky. One more thing. Man, I don't know if you like Martinez is too upright at times, bro.
Yeah,
like, too upright.
No head, upper body movement. Like, yeah, none.
He's gotten away with it because. Look, man, when you got power like he does, yes, most dudes are going to fall, okay? But like Chocolatito, he isn't going to fall to just power. You need more than that. There's just guys that you need more than just having a lot of power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing people forgot, Chocolatito could crack too. You know what I mean? And I got to be honest, and I didn't even think about this going into the fight. I don't think Martinez ever been in the ring with a dude that could punch as hard as Chocolatito. I don't think he ever has.
Guys, please remember, one call at a time. If I'm on air with a caller.
Hey, speaking of that, let me hang up to get some other people on and have a little brother.
All right, man. Well, I'll go ahead. 323, I believe that was. And that was my buddy D Style, man. Good call there. Let's give him a hand. All right, for the call. 323, go ahead and call back, man. The line is clear now. I can only do one call at a time. So again, callers, if you want to call in and you hear me on the line with somebody, just wait for that call to end and then go ahead and call right back. Here's what I think, man. I think here's what could benefit Martinez in the future. And what I think could have helped him tremendously in this fight, especially when you have a guy who's got an active guard that likes to parry and catch shots like Chocolatito, right? You know, he'll catch him like this, he'll catch him in the front. More jabs, because that will set up that big left hook that he likes to throw. You know what I'm saying? Like if you continue to shoot that power jab, right? Boom, 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 whether it's high or low, right? Then you can use that to set up left hooks, right? You feint hard, you think that maybe he's gonna throw the jab again, so you put the hand out there to parry the shot, but then you bring it around as a hook. You know, more jabs for Martinez in the future. More body work. I mean, he did do some good body work in a couple of rounds, but like when you're in there with a guy that puts that kind of pressure on you, throws that many punches, like the only way you're going to slow this guy down is to take it to his body. And he did not do that enough, especially early on. He did not do that enough. And that's why Chocolatito was able to dominate those last championship rounds. On my card, I felt like round 6 and round 7 were dominant rounds for Chocolatito. Dominant, right? Now, I scored round 8 for Martinez, but I have an asterisk to it, which means it could have went either way. Very close round, in my opinion. Then I gave Martinez the next round. I feel like he clearly won that round. Not dominant, but I feel like it was his round. So he was starting to make a little bit of ground up. But then rounds 10, 11, 12, all Chocolatito on my scorecard. He took over in the championship rounds. And like D-Style said, he didn't have to close the show the way he did in that 12th round. He didn't have to. He was up plenty on the judges' scorecards, the only scorecards that matter, right? He was clearly up, and he didn't have to do that, but he did. He put a stamp on the fight, and congratulations to the legend, man. The legend of Chocolatito lives on in boxing, and I'm not gonna doubt the guy anymore, man. Not gonna doubt him anymore. Ronald Finkley here says body tack is yes, it's I don't understand at all. I mean, frustrating. Frustrating. But you know what? I'm not the one that's in there fighting, but that would have been a big emphasis of attack in my game plan for if I was training Martinez. I would have said, "Hey, look, let's go to this, take it to this old guy's body. Let's hurt him downstairs, try to slow him down. This way, he can't win those championship rounds. You could wear him down." But it didn't happen. And Chocolatito, again, the active guard, much better defensively than Martinez. They both use that high guard. They both fight, right here with the high guard. The only difference is, again, Martinez is just like this. He blocks shots like this, doesn't move his head, doesn't move his body, nothing. As where you see Chocolatito, he does the same thing, but he comes in, he's dipping low, he's going side to side. When Martinez was exploding with combinations out of his high guard, you see him, moving his guard around. It's active. It's not just stiff right here. Little things that they need to work on, man, with Martinez. I think he'll be all right. And we'll see what he does in the future. If he's going to stay at 115, is he going to go back down to flyweight? We will see. My man Guido here says, Viva la raza Latino. We won tonight. Yep. Good stuff, man. My boy Puerto Rican Rum disagrees with me. He says, I didn't think this fight was competitive at all. I had it 10-2, and that's no disrespect. Well, I can tell you this, man. Again, only 2 rounds that we have different. I only gave Martinez 4 rounds. You gave him 2. So that's just 2 rounds. And I said one of them was on my card a swing round. It could have went either way. So it could just be 1 round off. But I think some of these rounds were competitive. There were 3 rounds that I distinctly remember. Round 6, 7, and 10 were clear, dominant rounds for Chocolatito. The rest of them, there was a lot of back and forth, in my opinion. But either way, it doesn't matter. We both agree that Chocolatito got the job done. The legend lives on. He proves me wrong once again. What can G-Funky do? Nothing. All right. Just got to tip my hat and say, hey, Nicaragua, stand up. All right. Stand up. All right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff there. Again, guys, the number is on the screen if you would like to call in. And I'm getting another phone call right now. Let me get to this, guys.
Black and Brown.
Oh, yeah. My boy Black and Brown, who's at the fights. What's good, homeboy? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? I had to call in and check in with you from San Diego, California. What's going on, G-Funky?
That's right, baby. How was the fights, man? How was everything?
Fucking amazing, bro. Hey, bro, this is the best weekend of my life, bro. I didn't think last night's card was fucking amazing, right? Off
Mhm.
the hook, bro. And then today's card started kind of slow. I'm like, oh my God. I haven't slept in 2 days. I still haven't went to sleep, bro. I haven't went to sleep yet. I drove all night to San Diego. I was on live stream all till the morning time. I still haven't went to sleep. Look at, bro. It's like 6 in the morning, right?
Uh-huh.
I end my live stream. The Free Smoke Friday gets out of control. I said, fuck it, I'm going downstairs to eat. Guess who I see? Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, right? So I'm like, oh shit, Eddie Hearn. I walk up to him. Hey, Eddie, what's going on, man? I don't want to be rude, man, but you mind if I ask you a few questions? I don't want to pull the camera out. It's fucking so early in the morning, the dude's barely waking up, right? I'm not pulling the camera out. I said, Eddie Hearn, you mind if I ask you a few questions? I don't want to be rude. He's like, sure, man, sit down. Have a seat.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, sit down with him. Start talking to him, chopping it up with Eddie Hearn, talking to him about Cambosos, talking to him about Demetrius Andrade, John Ryder, David Benavidez. Oh my God, G Funky, this shit is crazy. So look at, anyways, G Funky. Then I'm in the lobby later in the day. I see the whole team Benavidez. Look on my channel, G Funky. I got all the fucking content up. I got the interview with Benavidez Sr. I'm talking to Rayo. I'm talking to Pacheco. The whole team is. I'm staying in the same hotel as the whole. Eddie Hearn had to get rooms for the whole fucking show. His whole show, everybody he got fighting is in this hotel.
Wow.
Everybody on that DAZN card, on that DAZN card is in the same hotel as me right now, bro. Anyways, look. So after I'm done talking to Senior, right? I go to DAZN. I go to the show. I go to San Diego. I go to the fucking arena. It starts off slow. Mark Castro gets dropped. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
but then he ends up winning the fight. So that was kind of crazy. Then Diego Pacheco comes out and knocks the dude out. The dude was dirty boxing Diego, trying to hit him in the back of the head. Diego got mad and put his ass to sleep. Go to sleep, son. Hey, look, then G Funky. Then the show slows down. Then it slows down, bro, for like because in between the prelims and the main card, there was like an hour and a half of dead time, bro. Mm-hmm. Then the first fight was slow. The second fight was slow. Then the Mauricio Lara fight.
Oh, that was crazy.
You seen that fight?
That was crazy.
Oh
man.
My God, that was one of the wildest 4 rounds I've ever seen, bro.
That was a street fight, man. That's what that was.
G Funky. The building was dead, bro. No energy in the building. Everybody's sleeping. No fights in the crowd. Nothing, bro. The building is dead, bro. Mauricio Lara wakes that motherfucker up. Then what happens? Canelo comes out.
Yeah.
Bro, you should have seen the fucking energy, right, bro? Canelo comes out. That motherfucker erupts, bro, like a volcano, G Funky. So right after Canelo comes out, right? Right after Canelo comes out, G Funky, then here comes Devin. So they go from going crazy cheering to go crazy booing. Bro, it's fucking no, bro, it's fucking crazy, bro. But all that shit's all for show. Because as soon as they were done booing, the fans fucking mobbed Devin Haney. Picture. I said, I know what's going on here, bro. You guys love him, but you love to boo him. Not love him. They don't love him yet. They don't respect him yet. But I said, this is a good thing. They know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy they're booing you because now you have their attention. And now if you want their respect, you can get it. You can get it, Devin, because they know who you are. But you got to go get it. If you want these fans respect, you got to go get it. You ain't going to get it for free.
No, that's very true, man. Very true. People asking how the crowd was, but you already answered that, man. I love the energy, brother. I love it, man. And I'm so jealous, man. You got a chance to go down there for those fights, man.
Oh, man. Hey,
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick, bro. I seen your ass, man, on the ESPN card when they were talking with Mark Kriegel, your fucking shirt, man.
You see that shit, G-Funky, boy? G-Funky, I'm not playing around, bro. I'm not playing around these events, bro. I'm fucking going, hey, bro, I'm going crazy at these fucking events, G-Funky.
That was great stuff,
That
man.
energy that these motherfuckers be having, G-Funky, that shit soaks into me. So, hey, bro, I'm just so fucking hyped, bro. I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm coaching the fight. Bro, I was yelling at Gabriel Flores the entire fucking fight, G-Funky.
Yeah, that was frustrating.
I'm yelling at him the entire fight, bro. I'm like 10 feet away from the ring yelling at him, bro.
That was a frustrating fight, no doubt about it. He made that fight so much harder than it needed to be, man. But real quickly, man, before I let you go and bring in another caller, I want to know your thoughts, man. Chocolatito, man, the legend, proves me wrong. I don't know what your prediction was, but give me your thoughts on the fight, man. How was it? And how'd you see it from the venue, man? How was it?
Well, I predicted Chocolatito would stop him before the 10th round. I didn't think Martinez would see the 10th. And from what I've seen, Martinez might have snuck in a few early rounds, but nothing was landing cleanly on Chocolatito. Maybe a few body shots, but Chocolatito's defense was on fucking point tonight. He was catching everything with his gloves, with his wrists, with his elbows. Everything was being caught. That's what I've seen. I didn't see nothing land clean on Chocolatito all fucking night long, bro. It was a fucking masterpiece from Chocolatito. That's my opinion, bro. That's just from what I've seen. Nothing landed clean. Now don't get me wrong. Martinez is entertaining as fuck. Win or lose, Martinez. I'm a fan of Martinez. I will always be a fan of Martinez. He's one of the most entertaining boxers in the game. But Chocolatito is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Tonight, G Funky, that's what I've seen. I said, this dude is a masterpiece. Yeah. He's a masterpiece of boxing.
No, you hit a great point, man. And I pretty much kind of seen it the same way from defensively, like you said. His guard, they both fight out of the high guard, but Chocolatito's guard is much more active. He moves his hands more around to catch shots, to roll his shots, moves his head and his body more. I mean, Martinez is just right here, just stiff with the two hands up, trying to block shots that way. He should take notes. He should definitely take notes from what Chocolatito does with his guard. It would help him last a lot longer, man. But, dude, I got to tell you, man, that was the funniest thing I've seen in a while, man. I see Mark Kriegel and Joe Tessitore talking back and forth, and all of a sudden I see a black and brown T-shirt pop up in the I was like, that's my boy right there, man.
G-Funky, I'm not going to these events to tuck my nuts, G-Funky. I'm going to these events to let it be known I'm there. Black and Brown's in the building, and everybody knows who Black and Brown is. Everybody loves Black and Brown, these motherfuckers, bro. I get so much love. I get so much respect in these fucking venues, G-Funky. You wouldn't believe it, from the boxers to promoters. Everybody knows who Black and Brown is, bro. I'm putting it down for Sacramento, California, G-Funky. I'm out here in the Sacramento Kings hat, putting it down for Sacramento, California, G-Funky.
Yeah, man. I love it, man.
Keep doing your thing, bro. I'm going to hit the lobby. I'm going to hit this lobby and see if I can get some more interviews for us, G-Funky.
Hey, yeah, put in some work.
I'm going to hit the lobby.
Put in some work, brother. And, hey, I'll talk to you later,
brother.
man.
Take care. Have a good night.
You too, man. Thanks for the call. That was Black and Brown Boxing, guys, who was there at the fight. And, again, his shirt, that was the funniest thing I see. But let's give him a round of applause. Great call there from Black and Brown. Give a shout out to my man Ronald Freakley with the $1.99 super sticker. I appreciate that, my brother. I really do. Yeah, that was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. All of a sudden, I see a Black and Brown T-shirt just pop up in the back between Joe Tessitore and Mark Kriegel. That was hilarious. We got another phone call coming in, guys. Let's take it right here live on the show.
Blue corner box.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
All right. 323, you are live.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Who's this?
This is, Blue Corner Boxing.
Blue Corner Boxing. How you doing, man? Thanks for calling.
Oh, good, bro. It was a good fight. I just want to inform everybody. You got to understand, Ray Martinez, all he had was a 6-week training camp.
Mm-hmm.
He was there just not to make excuses. It was a good fight. To me, from my point of view, he gained a lot of experience. He has nothing to lose. He's still a 108-pound champion or 112-pound champion.
Yes.
I think he's gonna, learn a lot from this fight. And it was a good fight. He just what I don't like about him is just when he keeps his hands down and starts taking a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that can affect him later on in his life. Taking all the punishment. They tend to just be punch drunk.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. What did you think about the fight?
Yeah, I mean, I scored it 8-4 for Chocolatito Gonzalez. But I feel like, you hit a good point, man. Yes, it was a short training camp, and yes, he takes the loss here. But as long as he can learn from it, man, he's still young. Like you said, he's still a champion at flyweight. But he could definitely learn a few things from Chocolatito. Like for me, again, defensively, I agree with you. You can't put those hands down. Like, you don't even move your head when you have your hands up. let alone your hands down. Like that was just, to me, that was a bad strategy. I talked about that when I was live during the fight. But he's got to learn from this. You have to take something away from this, you know?
Exactly. And I hope he does, because, you know, he's still young. He still has a lot of fight in him.
Yes.
But, you know, when those fighters keep their hands down like that and take a lot of punishment, what usually happens, their career is short.
Yes. No, you're right.
They tend to have a short career. I mean, yeah, it's going to be macho. It's a tough sport, but you know, you got to be smart in there too.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're gonna do that, then you got to at least try to set a trap or something. Don't just take the punches, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people believe if he had a 8 to 12 week training camp, he would have did a lot better. But you know, I think he took the money also.
Yeah, he did.
I heard he got pretty good. Yeah, I heard he got pretty good money. And because you know, but he's a crazy guy, man. But
yeah, he is.
I mean, for the punishment he took, I thought Chocolatito was he couldn't even knock him out. A smaller guy, you know.
Yeah, and I mentioned that in my prediction that I don't think the power is there like it was at minimum weight and flyweight for Chocolatito at 115. But he's
exactly.
but he's still able to put the pressure. He's still able to outwork you with the volume, and you know, hey, he's found ways to win in a weight class where the power didn't come with him. So you know, we got to give the legend that, you know.
Oh yeah, yep. That's the name of the game, right? The name of the game is to win, no matter what that W. And what do you see for him? Bam, you see Bam Rodriguez. You see another fight with Gallo Estrada.
I would love to see the trilogy because it's 1-1 from a competitive perspective. You know, they gotta have that tiebreaker. You know, so that's number one on my list. Bam, he says, you know, he might go back down. You know, I personally, I think he's got the skills to beat any of those guys at 115 currently. It's just a matter of doing it, you know, and we'll see what he does.
Oh, absolutely.
We still got, I mean, I don't know, Cuadras, what he's going to do after this, or on V side. I know they mentioned on the zone, Chocolatito said he might want to move up and fight Inoue. I mean, that would be crazy to see. That would be crazy to see.
Yeah, I think Inoue stopped him.
Yeah, it'd be a tough fight. It'd be a tough fight.
Yeah. I mean, all right, brother, man. You know what? Keep up your good work, man. I'm new to your channel. Subscribe. So I'm hoping, you know, everything goes good for you, man. I'll be sure to spread the word out there. Let people know to come subscribe at this channel here.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that, man. And great phone call. And hey, man, I'll be trying to do this as much as I can after the fights. Call in and talk to the fans out there. Get, you know, let's chop this boxing stuff up, man. So I appreciate the call, brother, and enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you so much.
You too. Stay safe out there, bro.
You too, man. All right, that was a good phone call there, man. Let's give him a hand. All right, good stuff there, man. Yeah, let's go ahead and read some of these comments here. It's kind of hard to take the calls and read the comments. I'm not trying to ignore you guys in the chat, but let's go back. Hey, Team Batman is here. I know I see he had a comment, but I got to go a little bit further back. I've seen some good ones up here. Let me see. Black and Brown, boy, he's something else, man. Salvador says, what a fight. Chocolatito is the greatest little man of all times. He's up there. He's in the conversation. Great performance. Absolutely, man. Hey, you and I were both picking Martinez. We're both wrong. We got to eat some crow. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we got to eat a little bit of crow tonight, but it's all good. You know, can't get them all right. Lance Meyer, great fight. Absolutely. Let's see. Team Batman here says Martinez landed the occasional combo of big shots, but everything in between was just Gonzalez. So efficient with everything he does still. Also Martinez leaves his hands down all the time. Yeah, not a fan of that, man. And the caller just hit on that as well. I talked about that. Like, if you're going to leave your hands down, like, you should at least, again, like I said, try to set a trap, try to bait him in and then sneak something in. He wasn't even trying to do that. He's just trying to show, yeah, come on, you're not hurting me. You know, like, I think that's absolutely nuts to do that in the ring. Even if, like I said, Chocolatito doesn't carry the same amount of power like he did at flyweight and minimum weight, but still, you don't want to be taking unnecessary punches for no reason. I think that's just stupid. Really, just stupid, in my opinion, to do stuff like that. But again, learn from this. Learn from it. Take notes. Again, look at how Chocolatito uses his guard to block shots and to roll with shots to defend himself. He could learn a lot here, and he's still young, still a champion in the division. So we'll see what he does from here. My man HLD in the building, man. He says Choco landed 118. Headed to 118. My mistake. He wants his 5-division title. Winner of Nonito Monster. Ooh, man, that would be a tough fight for Chocolatito. I'm not gonna lie. COVID. Yeah. See, tonight we saw the real art of a slick fighter, of hit and not get hit from the inside without running and playing tag. Yeah, great angles on the inside by Chocolatito to avoid punches. And again, using that guard to roll and pick off shots. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I thought he was going to have more trouble with the hand speed and the explosiveness of Martinez. And look, he was able to explode and land some good combinations. But again, more to the body. And if you want to set up left hooks, like, again, throw a hard jab, flash a good jab to the body and up top. This way, again, especially when you're in them with guys that like to catch shots, like Chocolatito. If you could establish a jab and then they can think, feint and think maybe the jab's coming and, they go to block it, to parry it, you could turn that around, land a good left hook. More jabs, more body work, and more defense for sure for Martinez. Darkness has fallen, as Harry says. Mauricio Lara stole the show. That was a crazy fight, man. That was like a street fight. Like, those dudes were just throwing bombs at each other. Bombs. I mean, like I said, just like that was like a street fight with gloves, man. Like I thought I was back in the day when me and my friends used to put on the boxing gloves and fight with the other kids from the other neighborhoods and stuff. Like, that's what it reminded me of, man. But it was entertaining, no doubt about it. Team Batman says Inoue would iron him out. He's a different monster entirely. It would be a tough fight for Chocolatito, especially moving up to 118. We'll see what happens, man. And look, don't count Donaire out, okay? Don't count Donaire out in that fight. I was telling a lot of people back when they first fought, I said, look, don't be surprised if Donaire does something big here, because he's improved a lot with his left hand. With his right hand. Remember, he was only a one-handed fighter at the time when he was really, really hot. When he was considered a top 3 pound-for-pound fighter 8-9 years ago, he was, in my opinion, he was just a one-handed fighter, but it was a great left hand. He still has a great left hand. But now that he's added that right hand to the mix, he's very dangerous. Very dangerous. So don't count Donaire out. Again, guys, if you want to call in, the number's on the screen, 916-572-1020. Call in and talk to G-Funk. Let me know what you thought about the fights tonight, okay? I'm pumped, man. Good night of fights here. Boxing pound for pound here says, let me highlight it. Choco beat that boy to back to school. Reynoso about to start a losing streak. We'll see. He's got Valdez coming up next month. And the next week after, he's got Canelo versus Bivol. So we'll see what happens in those two fights. Prediction videos will be dropping. I'll be doing the best I can on that. So be on the lookout for that stuff, guys. Be on the lookout, okay? But again, 116, 112 was my scorecard tonight for Chocolatito. I could have given him round 8. It was a swing round, in my opinion, but I gave it to Martinez. I felt like Chocolatito came on in that round, but late. And it was just a little bit too late for him to steal it, in my opinion. So it could have easily been a 9-3 fight for me. Let's see. Martinez, March, Valdez, April, Canelo, May. Yeah, he's got all this. Where the hell is Andy Ruiz? Where the hell is he? Frank Sanchez fought on New Year's Day. So we'll see what's up with him. I don't know where the hell Andy Ruiz is. Like, why is he not fighting? Okay. Darkness has fallen. Reynoso only trained Julio Cesar Martinez less than a week. Well, I mean, but yeah, both guys took the fight on short notice. and Martinez comes in missed weight. So we'll see what he does. Definitely got to go back to the drawing board though. After a loss like this, and try to learn from it, man. Learn so, and I think pattern doing some of the things that Chocolatito did. Try to pattern your defense after him at least, because again, he's really good at picking shots off, rolling shots, with that active guard and the pressure, man. The pressure. But it didn't bust the pipes, but it won him the fight, Ronald Freakley says Andy Ruiz being undisciplined. I haven't heard anything, and that's sad, man. PBC, like, what the hell are they doing with Andy Ruiz? Like, why is he not getting fights? Like, I don't understand it. But again, guys, I got about another 20 minutes here. I'm gonna try to keep these post-fight call-in shows around an hour long. So if you want to give me a call, there's the number on the screen, 916-572-1020. Guido here says, let me highlight this thing. I saw Andy at a Chinese buffet. He's not training with Eddie no more. I hope that's not true, man, because I think he's talented, man. Very talented, but you got to keep this guy fighting so he stays in shape, I know. Why no Ruiz Wilder? I have no idea. I think that would be a really good fight. PBC would love to put that thing on pay-per-view. They won't have an issue putting that fight on pay-per-view at all. So, yeah, I don't see why they don't make that fight. I don't see why they don't make it. I like what I seen from. Let's talk about the prelims for a little bit here. Mark Castro had a good fight. He gets dropped. Now, again, not the end of the world. A lot of fighters have gone down in their career, especially early on. He gets up and, beats the guy up, in my opinion, for the rest of the fight. So I'm not going to hold that against him getting dropped the way that he did. But hey, you got to learn sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he made a mistake, made an adjustment, and beat the guy up for the rest of the fight, in my opinion. And then we had the young kid at 168 pounds, Diego Pacheco, who came out. He fought a guy, and my boy Black and Brown, who was there, who just called in. He kind of hit the nail on the head where he said the guy was fighting dirty. Yeah, he was fighting a little bit dirty, very awkward. And those are the type of fights that that worry me with young up and coming fighters, because anything could happen with guys that are wild and unorthodox like that. Like we seen last night with Richard Torres, who made his debut. He was in there with a guy who was a little unorthodox and a little bit wild, and they wrestled a lot. Suffered a cut from a headbutt, and you would hate to see that. You hate to see that for a guy making his pro debut, but patience is what paid off. And I know it was only a 2-round fight, just like the Diego Pacheco fight. But when you're in there with guys that are wild, they do that for a reason, because they want you to get wild with them. And sometimes it happens with these young fighters. They get lured into that trap that let me just get wild and swing away with this dude too. And then something crazy happens. They get caught with some wild bullshit and they get knocked out, possibly, or even dropped. Who knows? But you saw both of those young fighters say, you know what? I'm not gonna fall into this guy's game. I'm gonna let my skills win the fight, stay patient, and my skills will eventually get the job done. And that's what happened for both of them. And that's what happened tonight with Diego Pacheco. You seen it. He didn't get wild with the guy, stayed patient, and ends up getting the knockout. So good for him, man. He looks really good, man. I'm going to keep my eye on him from here on out. He trains with the Benavides camp. That camp's starting to get pretty big, So I'll definitely keep an eye on him. Guido says Mark Castro showed a lot of heart and also made adjustments he needed in this type of fight. Yep, I agree 100%, man. He got dropped. I don't think he was hurt, but he just, he got caught. And that's what happens. You get caught. Sometimes you go down, hey, as long as you get up, and win the fight, I don't see a problem with that. My favorite fighter, Tito Trinidad, when I was a teenager, went down a lot of times. But a majority of the time, guess what? He got up and got the win. You know what I'm saying? So again, not the end of the world if you get knocked down or get dropped. Definitely not the end of the world. But I like what I saw from those two young kids. I know Black and Brown talked a little bit about Gabriel Flores, and he was at those fights Friday night as well. That was frustrating, man. That was very frustrating. And I think that they definitely need to revamp something in that camp. Like they're trying to make him. I don't think that style that he fights with really suits him. You know, he definitely needs to work on his defense as well. Not enough head movement. At this point, his defense is only to move away from his opponent, and that's just not good. That's not going to cut it. Now, I know he's talking about going to 135. Look, if he does, HLD, who called in last night, said, they're going to have to put him down to a crawl speed in his career, especially at 135. I think they really need to pump the brakes at 130 if he stays at 130. He's got to pump the brakes here. Like, there's some things he's got to work on, man. And like, I don't think his father is the problem. I see a lot of people, on Twitter saying that they think that his dad, he should move on from his dad. I feel like his dad was giving him the right advice in that fight. He just wasn't following through, So that was frustrating, man. He made that fight a lot harder than it needed to be. Guido says Gabriel Flores needs a new style. Yep, I think so too, man. He's fighting the way that he's fighting. Like, it reminds me of Amir Khan, except he's got a much better chin than Amir Khan. I feel like some of those shots that he got blasted with in his fight that he lost against Lopez, and he even got caught with some shots against Montoya last night. Some of those shots probably would have put a guy like Amir Khan away. I mean, I'm just being honest. But he's shown that he could take a good punch, shown that he's got heart. But again, he throws everything at the same speed. He telegraphs that left hook too much. He tries to lead with that left hook to try to get big highlight knockouts. That's just not the business, man. Stick to the basics for right now. Like, that was all you had to do against that guy you were in there with. Work behind your jab, shoot straight right hands. And that's when he was starting to land shots late in the fight on the dude, Hey, my man, the boxing historian is in the house. What's up, man? I got another 13 minutes here before I wrap this thing up. If anybody wants to call in, the number's on the screen. You can go ahead and do that. HLD says there's something wrong in his preparation. Maybe deconstruct and rebuild. I think so. I really do think that's something that should happen, man. I feel like he doesn't need to move as much as he moves in fights. Like, and even his dad was telling him that. Dad was telling him, like, look, you don't need to move as much. Like, calm down. You seem tight. Like, maybe you keep telling him, breathe. He's trying to calm him down. Like, take a deep breath. Breathe. You're good. You don't have to constantly throw punches at this guy. Let him punch at you so you can counter him. Use the jab. Come back with the straight right hands. That's when he started to really lay into the guy in the last 2 rounds of that fight. And they just gotta, again, not too much movement, in my opinion. Unnecessary movement. Victor here says he's not in his weight. What do you think he should go to 126? I mean, I actually wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you. He's young enough, I think, to probably still make that weight. I think that might be a better move, to be honest with you. Probably to go down to 126. What do you guys think, man? That's just my opinion on what I seen with Flores last night and in his last fight. All right, another phone call coming in, guys.
Devastator.
Tick.
This is my man 206. What's going on, man? You're live.
What's good with it, G Funky?
How you doing, brother? Thanks for calling in, man.
Oh man, nice night of fights, man.
Yep.
A little bit of boxing, a little bit of UFC. Fun shit tonight, man.
Hey, is the UFC card over? I was gonna try to catch it, but I'm pretty sure it's over.
Yeah, it just went off. Oh yeah, it just went off, man.
Covington mauled the shit out of him, but it was semi-competitive, you know. But he got the decision on Jorge.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to try to catch it on the replay, man. But yeah, what did you think of the main event tonight, man? Chocolatito and Martinez, man. What was your thoughts on the fight?
I think that Martinez was an overmatched opponent. You know, I just, look, I thought maybe the age would have caught up to Chocolatito, but
me too.
Obviously wasn't the case. Obviously wasn't the case. And, the volume of punches. And we know that, Chocolatito, even though he's technically sound, he likes to throw volume. And he did everything that we come to expect from the guy, man. Definitely future Hall of Famer. No question about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Martinez was going to be a more competitive than that, though. I was really expecting him to at least do a little bit more, bro. Like, it just seemed like he was just overwhelmed, man. And you're the younger guy.
Yeah.
Fresh, haven't been through the damn battlefield as many times. I mean, shit.
Yep. I was thinking all the same things you were, man. And I said it in my prediction. I was like, Chocolatito's 34. He's not young. I question whether he was the bigger man. I mean, theoretically, yes, he was, because he fought at that weight class longer than Martinez. But we seen Martinez comes in overweight, and to me, he looked like the bigger man physically in the ring tonight.
Yeah.
But the experience is what paid off tonight, man. Experience and the skills paid the bills tonight. I felt like a good strong jab, the absence of a good strong jab would have, is devastating in a fight like this, especially again when you have a guy who's got an active guard like Chocolatito. If you could land a good stiff jab, you could get him to worry, and then you start throwing feints. You could get him to possibly parry shots that he thinks are coming, that is a jab, turn it over to a left hook or even to the body, and not enough body work either, man. Like, I mean, this guy is going to try to take you to deep waters to drown you. Now, if you're going to try to slow him down, you got to go to the body early, and just not enough body work for Martinez, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it wasn't enough. And obviously he was kind of timid going into the later rounds, man, because the body shots he didn't throw, Chocolatito threw.
Yep.
And it was pretty evident tonight. And all in all, man, like, a very impressive performance by Chocolatito, man. Like,
yep.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, and don't get it twisted. It wasn't. I think that Martinez was a replacement, but at the same time, Martinez still had time to prepare.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, when you reach to that level, and everything got to be on point, and if you're not on point, and shit like this happens, man.
Yep. Too much clowning around. And somebody in the chat right now just posted, Joseph just says, Ray put his hands down way too damn much. I agree. Like, if you're not, like, first of all, he doesn't even move his head or his upper body when he's protecting himself with the high guard. So why would you just put your hands down and let the guy punch you? Like, you don't even move your head when you got your guard up. Like,
right.
You're just asking to get punched in the face. Like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Like, I would be so pissed off. Like, it was round 4, I remember, because he was winning that round up until the last minute, and then Chocolatito picked up the pace a little bit the last minute of that round, started landing shots, and then the crowd gets into it, and then that's when he starts to drop his hands, pound his gloves together, like, come on, and he gave away that round, in my opinion, for clowning around. Like, I never understood that, man. Remember Mayorga used to do that back in the
Oh yeah, but Mayorga was fucking crazy as shit, though.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can understand that dude. Ironically, we're tight. He was, if I was not mistaken, he was Nicaraguan, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, I mean, look, if you got it like that, then you can do that. But shit, you doing that, and you put on a lackluster performance like that. That's all I can say, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. He's definitely got to go back to the drawing board and try to learn from this loss, man. And he could learn a few things from Chocolatito, because they do. again, they both fight behind the high guard, but one guy uses his gloves more to move around and protect his face and his body, uses upper body movement better. I don't know if he'll ever be like a volume type puncher like a Chocolatito, but he's still very explosive and very fast. But again, if you don't set those shots up the correct way, like an experienced fighter is going to pick up on it, man, and that's what happened tonight. All credit in the world to Chocolatito, man. Any last thoughts you want to say, man? I'm getting ready to wrap this one up, but anything else you want to touch on before I close it out, bro?
Yeah, man. I like that. I like Dago Pacheco, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked good.
Man, you know, shit, man. Fucking sky's the limit with that guy. And it was some nice knockouts on the undercard, man.
Did you see the street fight that Mauricio Lara had against Sanchez?
Yeah.
That was bombs away, literally.
Oh my God, man. Hey, you know, it's crazy. The dude was fading, and I was like, man, wait, ref. I know you're going to grab this motherfucker and wave the shit off. The referee let this motherfucker go just to get fucked up.
Let him get slapped, huh?
Like, what the fuck, ref?
Oh, that was pretty funny, man. But yeah, it was entertaining. And my boy Black and Brown was there at the fight. And he said that fight woke up the crowd. He said there was real low energy in the crowd there. But after that fight, it went up another notch. So, but look, I'll say this for Lara. He's exciting. He's tough. He's got power. And look, I felt like once he got hit with something there, he felt like this guy couldn't hurt him. But he did get hurt, but you can't fight like that every fight. You just can't. You're not going to be able to sustain that your whole career. We'll see if he gets that Warrington fight back, but hey, that was entertaining as hell, man. I enjoyed that fight, man.
Yeah, but hey, man, G-Funk, man, hey, glad to see you still doing videos, man. Always show love and support,
Absolutely,
to
man.
G-Funk, as well as the HCP family. You understand me? So.
Yep. And hey, man, you always go on at the time where I'm like doing something but I stop in, hit the like button for you, man. One of these days I'm gonna jump on the panel with you, man, when I got some time. So keep up the good work yourself, man. And know you just hit over 1,000 subscribers. So let's give him a hand for that. All right.
Oh yeah.
My main man hits 1,000 subscribers, so now he can get paid for his efforts here on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, bro. And hey, thanks for the call, man. And enjoy the rest of your night, brother.
Yeah, you do the same. You and your family as well, man.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
That was the Boxing Historian 206 right there. Yeah, guys, good night of fights. Good weekend of fights, man. We had fights on Friday, fights on Saturday. I had calls from 2 subscribers who were both at both fights. They both called in. That was fun. Good to get inside stuff. I had friends that were working for the commission in both fights, and just a great weekend, man. What more can you ask for as a boxing fan to get 2 good cards on the same weekend, man? This is good stuff, man. Let's see here. Joseph says Bronco Lara. Yes, man. That dude is he's a crazy man, man. He's a crazy man, but he's a tough son of a bitch, man. Tough son of a bitch. Josh Warrington sat down saying, I told you guys Lara was a beast. Saying, yeah, man. He's tough, man. He's tough. But guys, this has been fun. Again, I'm gonna continue to do the post-fight call-in shows as much as I can for you guys, so you can call in, voice your opinion on who you think won these fights. Whether you agree, disagree with G Funky, it's all good. It's all love because it's all boxing, and we keep it boxing here on the HCP Familia. All right. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. The band is going to take us home. I appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button for your boy. All right. The band is going to hit it. We are out of here. We'll see you guys on the next one.